Hello. So I got some inspiration based on the word illusion. And that word is a little scary, but let me ask you this. Do you know what you want in 5, 10, and 15 years? Have you thought about it? Have you thought about what you want to accomplish even next month or by this time next year? Be honest with yourself. Have you thought about it? What it's going to look like? What you think or who you think is going to be there? Let me tell you, the answer is probably yes, because I'm guilty of it too. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I want to point out is that it's an illusion. And that's a harsh truth, because what all of us didn't do, or what we didn't think about, is how we want to feel next year, how we want to feel in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. And it took me catching myself in an illusion today that I was like, wait a minute, this is the exact moment that I said I wanted, but yet this is not how I want to feel at all. And so why I bring up the word illusion, it's just to spark thought. Because what illusions have you been playing out in your head? Or maybe that you thought you were being heart-led, but in reality it was just an illusion. And why I say that is because there is this dense feeling surrounding goals and surrounding age and surrounding passions and jobs and all of this. What goals do you have next week? What goals do you have in your career? What goals do you have in your personal relationships? Do you have children? Blah, blah, blah. Fill in the blank. There are so many questions that we get bombarded with every single day that cause us to think about these things. But what we don't think about or really feel about are how we want to feel in those moments. And why I decided to hop on here and talk about this was because I catch myself, or someone else points out to me, that I've been in an illusion this whole time. And what's even more crazy is that your illusion can last for years and you don't even know. And for someone that has done and keeps doing the continual self-work, it's like I'm breaking down one illusion after another. And I'm just sitting here like, wow, is the life that I have in front of me right now, like how much of that was built on things that I actually want? And that's kind of like a lower vibe, and I don't want to go there, but I am rebuilding the foundations of the life that I do want to live. And how you can get past these illusions is by asking yourself, if I had this, will I feel, or how will I feel? So, how will I feel if I obtain this? Will having the car fulfill you? Will that bring you that unbridled joy? Will having that relationship fulfill you? Will being alone fulfill you? I can't answer any of those questions, but what I can tell you is that if you spend the time to really think about it, to really feel into how you want to feel, the answers will come to you. But what you have to do is be patient and wait for those answers to come. And that's probably the most difficult part, is because you could be meditating, or you could be whatever, taking a breath in the sauna, or just walking outside, and you ask the question, you let it go, and then the answer might come a week later, a month later, or maybe even an hour later, but you have to be open and willing to receive it. And so what illusions have you been in? I've had illusions based on where I see myself in 3 and 5 years. And if you have watched my podcast with my friend, then you know that I've written a letter to the woman I will be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And each one of those letters was based on how I would feel at that time, not not with the objects that I had around me or the people that I had around me. I didn't even describe what those things were, but what I did describe was how I wanted to feel. If I was connected with someone, how I wanted to feel with that person. Or if I had a family, how I wanted to feel with that family. Or if I had my dream job, how was I going to feel having my dream job? How would I wake up having that job? But I didn't describe what job it was. I didn't describe how many kids or how many dogs or whatever. I didn't describe any of that. But I focused on the feeling. And that's the key to get past your illusion. Is if you just drop in and really sit with how you want to feel, even in the next hour, the next few hours, or how you want to feel when you wake up, you'll start unpaving and unraveling that illusion that you've built your entire life on. Because we all have these programs, for lack of a better word, that we build our lives upon. We have our parents to impress. We have our peers to impress. We have everyone outside of us that tells us the more money, the more things, the more beautiful you are, the better your life is. But is that really true? Is that really true? Don't get me wrong, those things are nice, but at the same time, do you think that it'll bring you happiness? And for me, I personally love connection in community, with my dog, with my family members, with people in my life. I want to be connected, and that brings me joy. I love supporting the people in my life in whatever they're interested in. I love helping them. I love just being that clapping hand. And so when I think about the relationships in my life, I think about, I want to feel like I'm giving them love and supporting them and not tearing them down. I don't want it to feel dense. I want it to feel light. And so I really took a step back and thought, wait a second. These goals, these things that I've wanted, they're just things. But if I get that car, is that going to bring me the happiness of me seeing Luna just being her cute self, wanting cuddles and being able to get past her hurdles? No. Honestly, no. Because I know that me supporting Luna through her issues is what's going to bring me love. It's going to make me feel good. And so if you're really trying to figure out what you want in your life, if you're sitting there and you're thinking about, did I make the right choice? Do I really have the things that I truly want in my life? I really ask you to sit, to just set the intention. And you know what? Be intentional about sitting with yourself and really asking yourself, does this bring me joy? And then letting it go and seeing what comes to you. Because if it does bring you joy, then you know that you're living the life that you really want. And if it doesn't, or maybe there's something missing, then you can go and find it, or let it find you. But really, the choice is yours. It's up to you whether you want to break the illusions. It's up to you whether you want to start taking yourself out of whatever plan you've had up to this point. Because if you are like me and want the most fulfilling life you could ever live, because life is meant to be lived, then you'll do what you got to do. And for some of you, that's going to look like, I want to quit my job and travel all over the world. Do it. Why not? What's stopping you? You have skills, you could do it. Or maybe for some of you, it looks like I need to start with myself. I need to break down the person that I've become because I don't even know who that person is. And so you start. You just start. And for some of you, it might be getting that car, getting that job, getting that relationship, whatever. It doesn't matter. But is it an illusion? Only you can answer that. So that feels complete for me. Oh, energy of the week. We just had our full moon, and we're also going to have an eclipse. I think I mentioned that in the last video. And what this time is really doing, it's allowing you to look at the aspects of your life that you have been avoiding. What has been your patterns, or what have been your patterns up to now? And they might be like deep, deep patterns that you didn't even notice. Like, I'm talking, you could have been playing out this thing with the people in your life that you didn't even know was there, but now that you've taken a minute, you've been able to figure it out. Or everything's fine and you're feeling good, so that means you're living in alignment, right? But if you're like me and trying to figure out your life, or really, it's not really your life, but if you're just trying to figure out you as a person, then yeah, you have ups and downs and you're not alone. I'm right here with you. So I'm gonna leave it there. That sounds complete now. I'll talk to you later.